This card terrorizes people when it is top decked. That joke was not funny, I know. So Speedroid Terratop is a level 3 wind machine monster that summons itself when you control no monsters, very similarly to Photon Thrasher, and searches a Speedroid monster on normal or special summon. That's it. No drawback of locking you under wind or machine or Speedroid or anything like that. No. Basically, anyone in theory could abuse this card. I'm saying in theory because back in 2017, this card was so abusable with MX Saber Invoker starting your Zodiac engine, it just had to get limited, and that's the reason why people might not be playing this card as much as they were back in the days. With all that being said, it still doesn't change the fact that Speedroid Terratop is still a one-card starter that doesn't really take your normal summon, and that accomplishes so much despite the fact that Invoker is still banned today. In modern-day Yu-Gi-Oh!, a typical line of play for Speedroid Terratop would be to special summon itself, search the Takkentumborg, and then special summon it since you control a wind monster, and then make Cherubini because both are level 3s, send the Aquamancer, and then banish it from the graveyard to search the Rite of Aramesia, get your token, get your Journey of Destiny, search the Griffin Rider, summon it, but we're not done yet. No, we can do so much more than that. Terratop plus any monster in the game, basically, literally, that you can summon, is already game with Boral Sword Dragon because you would be able to use the Cherubini with the other monster, either the Aquamancer or the Griffin Rider, to make the Boral Sword Dragon attack for 6,000 with the Boral Sword, and with 2,000 for the Brave token, and that's already game. And you can make a pretty nice 6Cs monster that a lot of people might not even know about, and that is Totem Bird, because you need 2 level 3 wind monsters to make it, and of course Terratop makes this card single-handedly, so if you already have your Rite of Aramesia or Aquamancer card or whatever, then you won't really need that Cherubini line of play, so you can send the Aquamancer. Now, all I've done so far was give you reasons to play the Terratop package, but not really reasons not to play it, so now I'll switch it up. Because of the fact that Terratop is now limited, you now have an engine of 2 cards, being a good card and a bad card, respectively being Terratop and Takkentumborg. That means that in your going first hand opening of 5 cards in a 40 card deck, you have a 12.5% chance of either seeing Terratop or Takkentumborg, and a 1.28% chance to unfortunately see both. So you will see Terratop around once every 7 games, which means maybe 3 to 5 times per tournament, depending on variance and the amount of games you play. Conversely, you're also going to see Takkentumborg just as often, because just like Terratop, it is also a one-of. Since Takkentumborg is usually a pretty dead card in the hand by its own, unless you have a wind monster on the field, you wouldn't really want to play this card randomly just because you want a lot of gas with the 1-card Terratop. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you want to play this engine, you have to be aware of the fact, and you have to be willing to accept the fact that you're going to be seeing Takkentumborg just as often as Terratop, which means that unless you can actually get some form of value off of Takkentumborg, it's just not worth it. The next question would be, who is okay drawing Takkentumborg? I mean, who even plays wind monsters easily to begin with? I guess a first good example would be Dragon Link, being able to summon the Romulus and then summon the Takkentumborg right away, or just using it as a discard fodder for Dragon's Ravine, or for pretty much anything else. So there's always some form of value when you actually are trying to discard cards, because it doesn't matter whether the card that you drew was Takkentumborg or a hand trap, whatever, if you're just trying to discard it. Same argument and based, because you can actually just banish the Takkentumborg for Small World and pretty much get any monster that way, or actually discard it off of the Punk Foxy tune. In Phantom Knight, if you're trying to play the Terratop package, because it is a 1-card Cherubini into Rusty into everything, without taking your normal summon, of course, so that's the reason why it's so good. And again, if you draw Takkentumborg, it's not the end of the world, because you can actually simply discard it with the Torn Scales. And of course, it's absurdly overpowered in the actual Speedroid deck itself for obvious reasons, because you can actually use the effect of Takkentumborg on the field. Yes, the card does have an effect on the field, and summon pretty much any of your Speedroid tuners that way, and then keep on going into like the Link 2 or Crystal Ring, whatever, and play from there. So do I think Terratop will ever go to 3? Hell no, absolutely no chance, but I do believe that Konami will give us, or rather give the Speedroid players, more Speedroid locked versions of Terratop, so that way the deck can actually become better without kind of giving generic support to every other deck in the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this card review. Let me know your thoughts about this engine in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.